the finance minister's address after all the steps that have been taken. I presume at least that's what he started. We will cut to that in just moments from now. But this will be an important address, no doubt. Let's cut across.
This year, the Central Board of Excise and Customs has to collect 5,63,386 crore, as against last year's collection of 4,74,395 crore, marking an increase of about 19%. In my view, this is eminently achievable. In 2012-13, collections were 21% over the collections of 2011-12. And in 2012-13, the economy grew by only 5%. Nevertheless, in 2012-13, they achieved a 21% increase over the previous year's collection. So this year, with the economy expected to grow certainly higher than 5%, the consensus was 6% and above. Perhaps there is a new consensus around 6%. One or two have said 5.8%. But whatever be the number, I think with growth close to 6%, we should be able to collect 19% more than last year. So I have impressed upon them that revenue mobilization is the most important task of the department, and they should achieve these targets. More and more, the department is relying upon technology. In customs, you know, most import cargo and most export cargo go through the risk management system. There is little physical examination. It's only when the RMS throws up items that you go through physical examination. So we have streamlined the processes in customs, and I think in some ports we've already started 24/7 customs clearance also. On the excise side, the total number of assessees is only 120,000. It's the smallest tax base of any tax. And I've impressed upon chief commissioners, each chief commissioner, there are 38 in the field, to keep in close touch with their top 100 assessees, regard them as clients, regard the department as a service provider. In collecting tax, you're providing a service. Regard yourself as a service provider, regard the taxpayer as a client, keep in close touch with the top 100 clients. Because the top 100 clients account for over 80% of the excise duties that are paid. Service tax is a relatively new tax, but it's the fastest growing tax. Starting with about 4% of the total indirect taxes collected, service tax now occupies 1/3 space of the total tax collected. For example, in 2013-14, out of 5,63,386 crore, 1,80,141 crore will come from service tax, which is approximately 1/3. But this is an area where there have been rapid changes in the law. Firstly, people are not yet used to the idea of a service tax. They are used to the idea of an excise duty, but they don't realize that service tax is only the other side of the coin of excise duty. If you produce a good, you pay excise duty. If you produce a service, you pay service tax. But somehow there is a mindset, why should I pay service tax? Why should a restaurant pay service tax? Why should a beauty parlor pay service tax? I think people must get used to the idea that GDP is made up of goods and services. On goods which are imported, there is customs duty. On goods which are produced in the country, there is excise duty. On services which are produced in the country, there is excise duty. It will take some time. Secondly, we switched over from positive list to negative list only in 2012-13. So people have to get used to the idea. Earlier it is only, is my service on the positive list. Now, all services are taxable except services which are in the negative list. So that transition was taking place last year. I think people are getting used to the transition. They are getting used even this year. So there is that problem too. Given all these problems, it is not surprising that non-filers and stop filers have mounted in service tax. The number exceeds some 12 lakhs or so. We are targeting them. We have also announced a one-time voluntary compliance scheme